And you're very welcome live here to Kenny Park in Athenry, where the scene is set for the second of the double headers of the Galway Senior Hurling Championship, where Castlegar take on Sarsfields. The Sarsfields team over to our left in white jerseys, Castlegar in their traditional green and white hoops, and the Castlegar team will run through that with you right now. In goal for them is Liam Riley, a full back line of Owen Teagle wearing 17, 3 is Cathal Ryan, and in the left corner back position wearing 21 is Kevin Grennan. The half back line is 5, Donald Barry, the captain. At centre half back is wearing 15, Oisín Conley, and at left half back wearing the number 9 jersey is Dean Higgins. Midfield partnership then of Gerard Farher wearing the 13 jersey, where he'll be partnered by Mark Gill. A half forward line then at wearing 25 in the wing forward position is Dylan Carroll. At centre half forward wearing 6 is Thomas Mannion, and the other wing forward wearing 24 is Darren Erie. And the inside line then at top of the right wearing number 12 is Greg Thomas. At full forward is Enda Concannon, and at top of the left is Killian O'Callaghan. That's the Castlegar team. Much changed team, we have to say, from the team defeated by Turlockmore in the opening rounds of the championship. Sarsfields then, who produced probably one of the games of the championship thus far in their opening round defeat to St Thomas. Their team is Kieran Dolan is in goal, a full back line of 2 Oisín Kane, 3 Kevin Hines, and 4 is Darren Morrissey. A half back line of wearing 19 Cathal Dillon. At centre half back wearing 6 John Cooney, and at 7 is Niall Quinn. Midfield partnership is Ian Fox, where he will be partnered by Alex Kinnear. Half forward line at 10 is Niall Morrissey. Centre forward is Joseph Cooney, with John Congreve coming in at wearing 22. And the inside line then, as the ball is in and the game is on, Darren Murphy, Kevin Cooney and Adam Donoghue, both teams of course could be a lot different from that, from the way that they were given to us and the way they will actually line out. First ball into the attack then from Castlegar, and it's won by Kevin Hines, the Galway former fullback. He's fouled on his way out. Niall Canavan is on co-commentary this afternoon. And Niall, both teams lost their first rounds, but if there was a way of kind of putting a description around it, one of them lost well and one of them lost badly. Will that be a fair comment?
Yeah, even though I don't think there's any good way to lose, but I know what you're saying as regards the fact that Castlegar were very poor against Turlockmore, well beaten, and then you had Sarsfields who were really good against Thomas's and just came up short that day.
Alex Kinnear is bearing down and goes straight away as a shot headed into the ground, and well saved by the Castlegar goalkeeper Liam O'Reilly, who also did well to get the ball away, puts it out very close to the sideline, flick away there. One back there by Dean Higgins, and Dean Higgins clears the ball upfield. Derek Kelly is our referee from the St Thomas Club. High ball in towards Enda Buchanan, breaks into Greg Thomas, goal for Castlegar. Oh, what a dream start for Castlegar, with Greg Thomas finishing it to the back of the net. The Galway under-20 player was also part of Henry Shefflin's senior panel this year, and Greg Thomas, of course, formerly his brother Simon, formerly from the Ballygar club, he puts it into the back of the net. What a start for Castlegar, Niall.
That's a serious goal and a serious start for them, and they'll be delighted with that, because there was a chance at the other end of the field for Sarsfields. The ball worked its way up the field and Greg Thomas was on hand to shoot to the net, and good start for Cashel. They needed that, and they have a much changed team out with Oisín Conley, who was in the forwards the last day back at centre half back now, and you also Thomas Mannion up in the attack. And of course I think they played a lot of those in the challenge match recently against Mike Cullen a couple of weeks ago. They made all these changes, but they were poor the last day out, so they'll be happy with their start.
Yeah, you're going to get a response surely. Gerard Farher shoots from the middle of the field, but that ball goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. So a lively start by Castlegar. 1 goal to no score. They lead Sarsfields in. Sarsfields, who were highly impressive in that opening round defeat, of course, to St Thomas's, as the goalkeeper Kieran Dolan gets ready to take the puck out. Of course, if you want to concede a goal, the first minute of the game is probably the time to deal with it, because you have plenty of time to come back. The puck out dealt with by Castlegar. Dylan Carroll had it in his hand, lost it, put under pressure there from the Sarsfields men. Adam Donoghue was in around the house, ball flying off the surface, eventually picked up by Kevin Cooney. Could have got a free there, but doesn't. We're playing the advantage. Joseph Cooney gets away from his man, has a strike of goal, and I think Jerry Kelly will go back for the free then. Played the advantage to Derek Kelly there, and that'll be a free in for Sarsfields and a chance to win the bill. And of course, Niall, if you were beaten in the first round of the championship, you had 3 weeks to sit on it, so you're going to get a reaction from players. You can imagine that Johnny Kelly, in particular, the coach in with Liam Turley with Castlegar, they were going to ask a few questions of lads in the 3 weeks leading into this game, and you would expect a response, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would expect a response, and you've got it straight away with the goal. And of course, interestingly, Johnny Kelly was involved with Sarsfields a couple of years ago as well, and is now involved with Castlegar, so we know a lot of the Sarsfields lads fairly well.
Niall Morrissey's first free of the afternoon. That one tails off to the wrong side of the post and wide. first free is like everything in the game. The free taker likes to get the first one over, don't they, Niall?
I sure do. Liam O'Reilly takes the puck out, goes to the far side of the field.
Does, looking for trying to break it through. There is Tomas Mannion, who's normally at 6 for Castlegar, but up at 11. Joseph Cooney's back to mind the house, gets the ball off to his younger brother John Cooney, and John Cooney drives a long ball upfield, trying to get Castlegar onto the attack. Back there is Jack Hine, doesn't control it though, and the ball is won by Darren Murphy, star of the show the last year with 4 points for Sarsfields. So there's a shot at the post this time, and this one goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. Under 20 player, of course, who has had a good underage career. He sees his first shot in anger this afternoon though, go to the wrong side of the post as Liam Riley decides to go long and very long with this puck out. Going to drop in the half forward line. Greg Thomas comes out from the corner forward position, tries to break the ball, does, who's onto the break ball. Cashman down over it, does well to get away there. Surely he's fouled, and he is fouled. That's Killian O'Callaghan. Killian, in fact, came on with Clare Galway, I think, last week in the Senior Football Championship as well, down in Tuam. And he's fouled, and that's going to be free in, and Gerard Farrer will want to take the free, and Liam Turley will be a lot happier, I would say, than Dinny Cahill, Aidan Donoghue and Pádraig Ford if he points this free and see his team build a 4-point lead. Absolutely,
and it's one you would anticipate that he'd be well capable of putting over the bar, an accomplished free taker that Farrer has been for, I'd say, nigh on 20 years now for Castlegar.
Yeah, he's a good one. Gerard Farrer striking it off that trusty left side, and he puts it high and he puts it over the bar. So first score for Gerard Farrer then in the contest from the place ball. Castlegar lead by 1-1 to no score. Dylan Carroll wins the Sarsfields puck out, lays it off then to Gerard Farrer in the middle of the field. Farrer off the left hand side, standing on the halfway line. He hit it, Niall, and immediately turned to go in position because he knew where it was going to go. It was going straight over the black spot. Super start by Castlegar. 5 minutes in the lead by 1-2 to no score. Farrer's rolling back the years.
Oh yeah, in fairness, even the last day against Turlock, he got 3 great points from play, in fairness to him, in terrible conditions that day, but he's got 2 points. It's a good healthy lead, 1-2 to no score.
Donald Barry coming in, deemed to have fouled Alex Kinnear on the Sarsfields puck out, and that's a free for Sarsfields. The Sarsfields just want to settle themselves into the game and get their first score. This is Niall Morrissey will go over to take this free. Wide with his first effort, but this time he has a chance to place the ball just on the stand side of the field. Just in from the sideline, Sean Byrne is the linesman on that far side of the field. Paul Fahey is on duty on this side. As Dinny Cahill looks out as part of the Sarsfields management team, he looks at Niall Morrissey. Niall Morrissey strikes that well, better purchase on it, and it goes over the bar for the first score of the game for the men of Sarsfields. So he would be happy to get off the mark and get Sarsfields, more importantly, off the mark. Nearly 6 minutes gone, 1-2 to a point. Puck out goes to that far side of the field. Greg Thomas again was the target, even though he's playing inside. The ball broken back there by Joseph Cooney, and Joseph Cooney sends a long ball upfield into Darren Murphy. Darren Murphy ahead of the full back there, Cathal Ryan. Darren Murphy had been swung around then, and that's going to be a free and a chance for Sarsfields to add to their tally again. And of course, the one thing, despite the good score, the good start, 1-2 to no score, Niall, is that 2 quick fire frees, and Sarsfields are right back in the contest.
Absolutely, yeah, and I suppose it's the nature of the games, and we saw it in the last game where Tommy Larkins dominated for long stages and were 5 up for a lot of the game, and all of a sudden they were level, even though they pulled away to win by 2. So anything can happen in these games, and Niall Morrissey is standing over this free to bring it back to a 3-point ball game.
Mark Gill seems to be picking up Joseph Cooney in the middle of the field as Niall Morrissey, nearly from the same position, puts it high, puts it over the bar, and gets his second point of the contest. So Sarsfields back to a manageable 3 points. 6:41 gone on the clock. Puck out by Liam Riley, the NUIG goalkeeper as well in the Fitzgibbon final this year, is taken at his ease by Darren Morrissey. Darren Morrissey with a big year for Galway gets the hand pass off then. Runners going left and right. Adam Donoghue is one of them. He's deemed to have hand passed it illegally though. And Derek Kelly, wise on that one. And in fairness, Niall, there wasn't a lot of complaints because normally the player's reaction will tell you a lot. Free to Castlegar.
Yeah, he didn't complain in fairness, and a chance for Gerard Farrer to take this free. Of course, Oisin Connolly was taking the frees the last day for Castlegar, back at centre half back now.
That's a big move, isn't it?
Big move, and Tommy Mannion up at centre half forward for them, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But I suppose following that game against Turlock, they probably had to make a number of changes, and even Farrer going back in the frees, he's in fairness, he's seriously reliable and seriously brilliant at them.
And right on cue from the halfway line, converts the free, his 3rd point of the contest. 1-3 Castlegar, 2 points for Sarsfields as Kieran Dolan gets ready to take the puck out. Darren Morrissey seems to be almost in the full back position, and he's the recipient of the short puck out, or he went into the full back position to take the short puck out, I should say. Gets the hand pass off then to Kevin Hines, and Kevin Hines drives a long diagonal ball down the field. Lovely ball into space, won by Kevin Cooney. Kevin Cooney gets away from his man, Owen Teagle. Lovely score by Kevin Cooney, and that was a puck out worked from the training grounds in Newin, I would say, as Kevin Cooney puts it over the bar. Lovely score.
That's a great score. In fairness to him, a really talented player. Got out in front of his man, turned, and off the right hand side threw it straight over the bar. Great score, 1-3 points.
Castlegar's puck out, well won over there by Darren Morrissey. Gets it off then to Alex Kinnear. Alex Kinnear goes long into the full forward line. Kevin Cooney slip, nothing untoward. The referee, and Owen Teagle comes out with the ball glued to the stick there, and he clears it down the field, down the sideline, throws it to Thomas Mannion. John Cooney went in acrobatically over the Castlegar man, very close to the sideline, ended up on the ground, but managed to get a flick on the ball, put it out for a sideline to Castlegar. Man on the ball is Dean Higgins, former Galway panellist himself as well, and of course then he decides a line ball or anything of a place ball nature, we'll leave it to the maestro. So Ger Farher comes over, he's inside, just inside the Sarsfields half of the field, outside their 65 metre line on the terrace side of the field, striking into the town end goal here. Ger Farher listening to the instructions of the Sarsfields manager there, Aidan Donoghue. But Farher doesn't put it that far in this instance after the big build-up. Joseph Cooney tidies up, goes back with that hand pass there, and the ball then is cleared by Cathal Dillon. Lovely ball up to Darren Murphy. Darren Murphy gets it at the second attempt out to the midfield sector, goes back with the pass then to Alex Kinnear. Kinnear then tries to play a long high ball in again. Has he got the accuracy with that one? He hasn't. It goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. Interestingly, there wasn't one Sarsfields forward inside the 20 metre line. He was forced to shoot.
Yeah, and even I think when he struck it, he knew himself it just wasn't coming in. But again, as you mentioned, yeah, if Kevin Cooney stays in there though, he'd be seriously dangerous. But 1-3 points, that ball goes long. Yeah,
Cathal Ryan, long ball down to Enda Concannon, didn't get into his hand. That allows Sarsfields to tidy up. Kevin Hines takes a strong or a high challenge there from Enda Concannon, and I think Jerry Kelly will walk into Enda Concannon, and I think any contact high with the helmet, Niall, is usually seen now as being of a yellow card nature.
Yeah, it looks that way, as if Enda's going to pick up. He got a card and, of course, got injured last year, serious injury.
Yeah.
Good to see him back on the field for Castlegar, and was centrally involved in that goal they got early on.
So then, score remains 1-3 points as Sarsfields through John Cooney. Number 6 on his back, takes the free on his own 20 metre line. Huge free up the other half of the field. Ball taken down. Who's for the first to break onto the break ball? It's the Castlegar man. One back there by Kevin Grennan, the corner back. Gets the pass then back to Mark Gill. Mark Gill sitting deep, and Mark Gill picks a lovely pass to the runner. That is Greg Thomas. Thomas went for the shot, but it was well blocked down there by Niall Quinn. And Greg Thomas bringing something to the Castlegar attack. He didn't come into the Turrickmore game until late on. Niall was nursing an injury, but he's a big player, literally, physically, and a good addition to Castlegar.
Yeah, serious addition in there we saw with the goal, and he's a big, powerful man. Got on that ball there, probably needed to move from a standing position to take the shot on, but with the sideline cut, and these are just generally as good as a free in one sense for Castlegar when Farher standing over them. Yeah,
outside the 45 metre line, got a good trajectory on it, but it goes harmlessly to the wrong side of the post and wide. Wide's now 3 for Sarsfields, 2 for Castlegar, but the important statistic sees Castlegar lead by 3 points on the scoreboard. 1-3 through 3 points, 11 minutes into the opening half. As the goalkeeper, Kieran Dolan, in no particular hurry, it would see. Latest from the Premiership as Newcastle United were leading Man City 3-1, but now it's back to 3-2. City coming back into that contest as John Cosgrove does well to get onto that move ball upfield by Sarsfields. Plays a diagonal ball looking for Darren Murphy. Darren Murphy, good control, gets it back then to Adam Donoghue. Thought about the shot one side, then goes on to the left hand side, and Adam Donoghue was just to the left hand side and wide.
Yeah, Niall Morrissey had made a run inside, as had Ian Fox. He probably showed his inexperience really by going for the score, because they were inside looking for that ball. But this is a big game, Sean, in the sense that both these teams have St. Thomas's and Clarenbridge yet to play.
Yeah.
Two teams
that are top in the group.
Top in the group that got to the county final last year. So huge game in the context of the Senior A Championship. This one between Cashel and Sarsfields.
Gerard Farher keeping the ball alive, goes back to Mark Gill, and Mark Gill goes long but doesn't pick out the pass. It's over the head of Kevin Hines. He didn't get a touch on it. Cashel are claiming he did, that it went over 65, but the umpires are happy that it went wide. Not the start we expected, Niall, but I suppose, as we keep saying, there had to be a reaction from Castlegar.
Yeah, I think Sean Byrne is pointing out that maybe it did come off Kevin Hines there, and it is, it's a 65.
And I think, in fairness, Kevin Hines' reaction would seem to have indicated that too, Niall, wouldn't it?
And he's just walked away. He's not even complaining, obviously, so that indicates that, in fairness, it...
and that was 3-3, Man City back to 3-3 with Newcastle United. There to beat City Hall.
Yeah, big game tomorrow, Sean. Bottom of the table,
Bottom
clash
of the
United
table,
and Liverpool.
yeah, absolutely. If there's a walkout night, we might go over and get 2 seats, maybe, whatever. You wouldn't know.
Never know.
Maybe George will look after us. You wouldn't know.
That's a free here anyway. 65 to Farragher.
Yeah, 13 minutes in. So Kevin Hines, we knew by his reaction that he got a touch on it, went out for what was signalled as a wide, but eventually comes back for the 65, and Gerard Farragher says thank you very much, puts it high, puts it over the bar. So the officials using their the linesman and the referee working together, and that ensures that Castlegar now lead by 4. Puck out, well taken on the run there by Ian Fox. Ian Fox jets onto the right hand side. That's a super strike by Ian Fox. Excellent score by Ian Fox. Very good player for Sarsfields in the last few years. The captain of the team this year. Lovely score. Oisin Connolly is picking him up in that centre half back position. But Ian Fox's movement on that to win that ball was very good. Ball breaking down on Darren Neary in the far side of the field. Kevin Hines has won it, and he's also won the free. And he has a chance then to get Sarsfields on the road again with a free coming out of their defence.
That was a great score, Sean, in fairness, by Ian Fox. He was young in 2015 when he played in that county final. And I remember 2 years ago in the championship, he gave some superb displays for Sarsfields and his captain this year, and a brilliant score there.
Yeah. Let's see, Oisin Connolly now, the centre back, is now drifted back in front of his goal for this free, which has been taken by Niall Morrissey, which means that Gerard Farragher will have to come back as one of the midfielders to tag the extra man. Niall Morrissey then well inside his own 65-metre line strikes it, and from the minute he hit it, you knew it was going to one place. And that's the one thing, Niall, with the perfect weather conditions today. We saw it in the first match as well. Good free takers can go back huge distances now, back inside his own half of the field, and popped it over with a plum.
Yeah, good score. 3 points from frees he scored, and Farragher's got 3 points in the place ball as well. And at this level, as we know, free takers are huge because you're guaranteed at least 10 shots at goal. Free shots at goal every time. You need to be scoring 8 or 9 of those. Dean
Higgins launches it long in around the square for Castlegar. Kevin Hines is doing the tidying up. He's deemed to have been fouled there by Killian O'Callaghan. They're trying to get Greg Thomas in around the square for those high balls in. Castle using the ball well, coming through the lines out of defence. As the free is taken by Darren Morrissey. He goes to the far side of the field. Lovely ball in front again of Ian Fox, getting away again from Oisin Connolly. Releases a lovely pass off then to Niall Morrissey. Niall Morrissey off the right, striking from play. But that one goes to the wrong side and post and wide. So the margin remains a 2-point ball game. First quarter over. Sarsfields 5 points, but Castlegar 1-4. The goal from Greg Thomas in the first score of the game, proving crucial so far. Puck out from Liam O'Reilly. Goes to the stand side of the field. Ball breaks, hits the deck. Killian O'Callaghan keeps it alive, but can't keep it in the field of play. That goes out over the line for this line ball on the far side of the field.
I think I might have said that both of these teams have Thomas's to play. Sure, I was here a couple of weeks ago when Thomas's and Sarsfields played in the opening round. What a game that was.
Yeah, I got a text about that you were losing it a bit, but I didn't want to say it. But anyway.
Yeah, in fairness.
What a game that was.
Yeah, that was a serious game of hurling, and there have been some really good games in the club championship so far this year, and very competitive games, particularly in the SAHC championship.
Yeah, Sarsfields on the attack here. John Cosgrove tries to get onto the ball. There was a Cathal Dillon line ball at the start of this, but Owen Teagle was ahead of him, and Owen Teagle turns and sends a highish kind of ball out towards the sideline. Not perfect, but well reclaimed by Castlegar off to Farragher, and Farragher sends a long ball down the field. Castlegar man down injured as this ball goes in around the house. Castle using a lot of high ball in around there. Enda Concannon is no hurler, doesn't have the ball. The man that has the ball is Greg Thomas. He goes back to Dylan Carroll. Dylan Carroll has a player on the far side of the field, if you can see, in Tomas Mannion. Tomas Mannion on the 20-metre line. He's happy to pop it over the bar. Tomas Mannion over the bar. Lovely ball by Dylan Carroll, in fairness, across the face to goal. The Castlegar man is still down from the ball that was cleared very close to the sideline over there. It could be Kevin Grennan, perhaps, the corner back that's down at the other end of the field. He's getting some running repairs over there, but a well created and taken score by Cashel.
Good score, yeah, and in fairness, it may be applied today to hit high balls into Greg Thomas and into Concannon in there in the full forward line, and the ball broke off them and broke out to Dylan Carroll. He spotted Tomas Mannion with a great run across the field, and John Cooney just couldn't get the hurdle there. Good score by the Castlegar man, Tomas Mannion, up at centre forward, a new position for him. 1-5 to 5 points, and as you said, Sean, they'll be happy with that.
They certainly will. It is Kevin Grennan that's down. He's getting some
running repairs.
Yeah. So 1-5 to 5 points, 17 minutes in. You can just go to show you, Niall, that all of these games, they take on a whole life of their own, and everyone that thinks that games are a formality or this team's going to beat that team, that doesn't quite work like that.
No, and Catch will have 2 subs warming up now. Sean Neary, who didn't start, and Brian Hartnett didn't start, and a big statement by Cashel that didn't start Sean Neary or Jack Coyne today as well. Like two guys who have played at series level for Galway in the past, and they haven't started today. And Brian Hartnett is coming in though, because I think Kevin Grennan, and in fairness, I think this is his debut today. Like it's a pity for him, 18 minutes in, that it looks as if his debut is coming to an end.
I think he's determined to stay on though. Niall Hartnett is coming on. But I think Kevin Grennan wants to stay out there, does he? And perhaps try and play through it. Yeah,
we'll see what happens here now.
Derek Kelly, the referee, is asking for the slip, but then Brian Hartnett says, you know what, now I'm not sure if I can come on or not, because as you say, Kevin Grennan anxious to stay on the field when he earned his place in the first place.
Both of them are walking towards the line now, so we'll see which comes to the line first. Or who can it's Brian Hartnett is coming off once again now.
Yeah. I think they'll give Kevin Grennan a chance to, as they would say, run it off.
But the only thing is, was the card handed to the linesman here to make the substitute. But anyway,
they'll have to take that back.
Could be a technicality. As that ball is pucked out to Darren Morrissey.
Going short, then goes to Kevin Hines, who goes long down to the 15 corner under the scoreboard looking for Kevin Cooney. Cooney clashing with Owen Teagle. Push in your view, Niall, not in the view of Derry Kelly, and that ball goes out and goes
6
wide.
wides now for Sarsfields. A bit disappointed with that. Cashel have only struck 19 minutes in, but the goal obviously vital, and it came early in the game, and that's the difference between the sides so far.
Yeah. Seems to have ended 3-3, I think, between Newcastle and Man City, as ball broken down by John Cooney. Onto it there is the wing back for Sarsfields, Niall Quinn. But again, good work rate by Castlegar, putting the player in possession under pressure. Ball in that centre forward channel. A number of players from both teams going in a rook ball situation again. Who will win it? Trying to get onto it is Greg Thomas. He ends up in the ground though, and the man that does win is Kevin Hines, but a poor clearance. Only goes as far as young Darren Neary. Darren Neary strikes from the middle of the field, but it's gone to the left hand side and wide. And they played minor with Galway last year. Quick puck out then again by Kieran Donagh. He will pick out and find Niall Quinn all on his own this time, and Niall Quinn can look out the field and plays that ball, favourite ball again off into the left corner forward position to Darren Murphy. Darren Murphy being half held up by the defence, then doesn't get the purchase on the strike, and it's easily taken then by Darren Neary, and Darren Neary goes past his man, then decides to put the ball in the stick, looks in field, good play by Darren Neary, picks composed play, gets Mark Gill, and Mark Gill goes across looking for Greg Thomas, broken away from him though by Kevin Hines. Kevin Hines' break allows Cathal Dillon to go back and pick it up and then get the hand pass back again, and Sarsfields work it out of defence. Cathal Dillon makes the run, gets it off then to John Cosgrove. John Cosgrove, lovely flick ball out to Adam Donoghue. Adam Donoghue's on the 20 metre line. Is he going to try and work a goal? Gets it into Kevin Cooney. Kevin Cooney into the back of the net. Excellent goal by Sarsfields, and Kevin Cooney rattles the back of the net, but credit in the build up. Adam Donoghue in particular, once they opened the gap, they were looking to try to create the goal. John Cosgrove was involved as well. Lovely stick passes to hand, excellently created and taken goal by Kevin Cooney.
Brilliant finish, and there's 3 youngsters involved with that move, Sean, that have started their first championship campaigns. Cathal Dillon came out of defence, laid it off to John Cosgrove. He into Adam Donoghue, brilliant pass into Kevin Cooney, great goal, 1-5 apiece. But and the ball was quickly moved from hand to hand, and you know, in fairness, Kevin Cooney, when he got the chance there was no mistake. Great finish, 1-5 apiece.
Goals change games, as they say. Castlegar were living on the Greg Thomas goal at the start of the game, but then on the 20th minute, Sarsfields have got a goal of their own, and suddenly it's a level ball game, 1-5 apiece. As Castlegar worked the sharp puck out, Kevin Hines, who's been very, very lively for Sarsfields, gets onto the ball. Alex near Rob though. Dylan Carroll gets the hand pass inside to Darren Neary. Darren Neary tries to step his way out of 2 would-be tackles, does well, then comes across the field with a nice pass to Dean Higgins. Dean Higgins on the 65 metre line, gets away from Adam Donoghue, goes back onto the right. Dean Higgins, can he guide it over the bar and answer the goal? He can. Dean Higgins, good score, showed his experience, sold the dummy to the youngster, then came back in on the right hand side again, put it over the bar, and Castlegar go 1 in front and advance to the goal.
Good score by Dean Higgins. Quick puck out again towards Ian Fox.
Yeah, Ian Fox out and bringing Oisin Conley for a little bit of a run around. Lovely long ball up into the path of Joseph Cooney on the 20 metre line. Joseph Cooney off the left, but then puts it to the wrong side of the post and wide. We're so used to seeing him convert those. Mark Gill was tracking him back. But the short puck outs at times working well for Sarsfields. 1-6 to 1-5. Castlegar lead. Castlegar defeated in the opening round by 2-18 to 1-10 by Turlough. Sarsfields defeated in that high-scoring thriller. Still scored 3-19 in the contest against the county champions, as that ball comes off Enda Concannon, goes out over the sideline, and that will be a Sarsfields line ball. Castlegar, the last time they were in a quarter final in the championship night was 2-18. The last time they were in a county semi-final was 2007.
Versus it's been a while, isn't it, in fairness to them, you know. as Oisin Kane gets ready to take the sideline, you know. But I'm looking at Sarsfields, a serious amount of youth added to their team
They have, yeah.
the last couple of years, and really, really good players, and they have a right good under-20 team this year as well. And a lot of youth at Castlegar team as well, Kevin Grennan obviously as well, and one of those players, Darren Erie, very young as well.
Yeah.
And so there's a serious young players in the county, as we've seen over the games in the championship this weekend and the first weekend.
Another one of them is Greg Thomas. He goes back to the experienced campaigner, that is Gerard Farr, who decides from the middle of the field that he'll nonchalantly knock an effort in towards goal, but it goes to the wrong side. And Duncannon, I was thinking, or I think it was of the opinion that could have come in maybe in front of him, as the puck out is taken quickly by Kieran Dolan, but Jerry Kelly says no, you'll wait for my whistle, so he goes back, because they were getting a bit of joy out of those quick puck outs for Sarsfields. Then he goes short again to his corner back. That's Oisin Kane. Oisin Kane has oceans of space to come out, and then drives a long ball down to the full forward line, trying to break inside. Great catch, super catch by Cathal Ryan in the air. Lovely bit of play. Great to see the high fielding out of the air. Cathal Ryan wins the free for Castlegar, which Oisin Connolly will take.
Brilliantly taken out of the air by Cathal Ryan, you know, and that sort of thing would inspire a team, the way the fullback came out and caught that ball out of the air. But it's a lively enough game, Sean, 24 minutes in. A bit nervy as well in many ways, because I think the enormity of the game for both sides in this year's championship is seen the way the game is going, and it could go either way with Cashel the point ahead.
Quickly taken free, 1-2. Then Oisin Connolly goes long again in around the square, trying to break it into the path of Duncannon. It's been a notable feature of the Castlegar game so far, as Tomas Mannion reclaims possession, gets out to Cillian O'Callaghan. He's surrounded though by Kevin Hines and Darren Morrissey, and Darren Morrissey ties up and clears for Sarsfields. Long ball being favoured thus far by the Castlegar men, as it's kicked along the ground there by Adam Donoghue. Flicked back then by Gerard Farr, asking a bit of Owen Teagle, and it was a bit short. Niall Morrissey did well to lay it off to Kevin Cooney, who has Donoghue outside. If he can pick it up, he can't. Oisin Connolly does enough, and then back to tie it up as Kevin Grennan recover from the injury. Good to see that. Gets it off then to a lovely stickman that is Dean Higgins, who clears it upfield. Nice ball into Cillian O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan has a bit of space, then puts it into space, looking for Tomas Mannion. Tomas Mannion has a point to his credit already, but now we go back for the free. The advantage will be played, and Castlegar will be happy enough with a lot of things they're doing now.
Yeah, you mentioned the long ball, but also from puck outs, they're bringing 2 or 3 players together, and if they don't catch the ball, you know, they're making it a battle when that ball hits the ground. Something that they mightn't have done against Turlough Moore, but you know, they'll be happy the way things are going. They've changed their team around seriously from that Turlough Moore defeat, and they're getting a lot of joy from those high balls, in the sense that you know, while they got the goal from it, they've also got a couple of scores from playing from frees from it as well. And I think it's something that they're going to keep going on, because in fairness, it's probably bothering the Sarsfields men as well.
A lot of Johnny Kelly coaching traits in this game thus far, isn't there?
Yeah,
some of the stuff that Johnny brings to the pitch. Very, very good coach, Johnny Kelly. Has done an awful lot of good work with a number of teams all around the Tipperary, Galway, everywhere. As Gerard Farr puts that high, puts it over the bar. 5th point of the day for Farr, and stretches Castlegar out to a 2-point lead after they conceded the goal now. Yeah,
and they've answered the goal well with 2 scores of their own. Dean Higgins and Gerard Farr, 1-7-1-5, as you said, 4 minutes to go. Vital time now as we come up towards half time to see what's going to happen in the last 5 minutes of the half.
Ball breaks kindly for Castlegar. Joseph Cooney was the target of the puck out, didn't quite work. Cathal Ryan comes out of defence, nearly misplaced it, but he'll go as far as Gerard Farr. Lovely little flick pass off to his centre back, Oisin Connolly, who's no stranger to the forward line. Oisin Connolly from centre back, guides it high, puts it over the bar. Good score by Oisin Connolly, the man who actually hit 1-2 in the forward line in the opening round of the championship. He gets a point from his new position of centre back, and that stretches Castle 3 in front again, 1-8 to 1-5, and they've weathered the goal. As Darren Morrissey takes the short puck out, makes a burst out of defence, gives it to Alex Kinnear. He goes back to Kevin Hines, and Kevin Hines measures a super ball across field to Niall Quinn, who's in oceans of space. Niall Quinn from the left half back position. The nearest man, Castlegar man to him, was Johnny Kelly, the coach, but Niall Quinn put it wide now.
Yeah, but it was a great ball by Kevin Hines again. In fairness, like, he picked him out beautifully. But Sarsfield, by my reckoning, have shot 8 wides to Castlegar's 4, so they'll be disappointed with this, and we'll see with Liam O'Reilly probably go straight down the, you know, he won't, he's going to go short this time, but I'm sure it's going to go long at some stage.
No, it's measured ball out of defence again. 4 stick passes, gets it off to Kevin Grennan, recover from the injury, gets the hand pass off then to Mark Gill. Mark Gill up in the left half forward position, standing on the sideline, striking in towards the goal, and it goes over into Concannon's head again. It goes wide. And Concannon would probably be saying, lads, can I have a bit of ball in here? That ball goes wide. Cashel lead by 3. We have played 27 minutes of the opening half. Kieran Dolan goes long. Measured move up toward Joseph Cooney, getting away from Greg Thomas. Ball breaks in inside into Adam Donoghue. Adam Donoghue does well, has the shot at the post, and it splits the post over the bar by Adam Donoghue. Kevin Cooney has got 1-1 in there. Adam Donoghue's helped himself to a point. He was involved in the goal. Good score. Pre-planned puck out. Kevin Cooney, or Joseph Cooney, going up into the wing forward position. Goalkeeper found him well. Did Kieran Dolan. That's a puck out I've seen once or twice today, even, would you believe? As the Sarsfields men tidy up in the defence, get it off to Adam Donoghue. Adam Donoghue at left half back gets it in. This is a one-on-one ball inside to Kevin Cooney. Kevin Cooney trying to break it away from Owen Teagle. Teagle goes in to get the challenge. Ball is still alive on the 20-metre line. Teagle does well to scramble the ball away. Gets it only out as far as Darren Murphy. Darren Murphy should be able to pop the ball over the bar from there, and Darren Murphy does exactly that. Sarsfields will be so happy with the way this man has adapted to senior championship hurling. He got 4 points in the opening round. He's now got a point in the first half of the second round of the championship, and it brings us back to a 1 point ball game again. 1-8 Castlegar, 1-7 Sarsfields.
Yeah, really good score by Darren Murphy again. It was electric again the first half, particularly against Thomas's lads 3 weeks ago. Really, really good that day. But there's a fierce battle going on, it must be said, between Owen Teagle and Kevin Cooney. Cooney's got 1-1, but in fairness to Teagle, he's doing fairly well as well. And it's a right good battle between the two of them.
Joseph Cooney fouled there by Mark Gill, who Mark Gill I think is going everywhere that Joseph Cooney is going as well. And Niall Morris is going to come back to take this free, which gives you an idea. Niall, no breeze, perfect conditions in Kenny Park and Athenry. He's going back to not far away from his own 45-metre line. Of course, he flicked the ball a little further up the field when he got back there. See, his mother is down there. No doubt she'll be watching to see will he convert this one. Niall Morrissey. Maureen there is, of course, the mother, and Noel Morrissey, the father. So the breeding is on both sides, Niall, we'd have to say, wouldn't we?
Yeah, good hurlers in both houses. That goes long in towards the goals. He's got the distance. He just has put it wide.
Just wide. Fair old effort now, in fairness, by Niall Morrissey. Still remains a 1 point ball game then. Castle lead by 1, 29 minutes gone on the clock. Can they hold the lead to the break? 1-8, 1-7 as Liam Riley goes long to the number 10 position and beyond with this. Greg Thomas is out there under it, manages to break it down.
But we see, Sean, again, they had the numbers there. I think it's obviously pre-planned that if the break comes, if they don't win it first time, that they have numbers there to put pressure on the Sarsfields men.
Dylan Carroll was involved there, gets it back from Kevin Grennan, plays a lovely ball. Now Wendell Concannon has a ball in front, tries to round the corner back but couldn't get into his hand, and that tidying up is done by Oisin Kane, who's put under pressure, but he does well to get the pass out to Cormac Dillon, and Cormac Dillon then gets it off then to Joseph Cooney, and Joseph Cooney gets a nice hand pass out to Niall Quinn, who's suddenly in the number 6 position with oceans of space and can pick a pass like this. That's perfect into Adam Donoghue. Adam Donoghue will take on Dean Higgins, or Darren Murphy in fact it is. Darren Murphy trying to get away from Cathal Ryan on the left hand side. This will suit him. Darren Murphy edges it high and puts it over the bar. Lovely score by Darren Murphy. He's second of the contest. Once he got on that left side, got to the right side, if you like, of Cathal Riley, the Castlegar defender, and the Sarsfields man put it over the bar. We're level at 1-8 apiece.
Yeah, there's I think 2 minutes additional time, but the last 3 points have come from the younger players from Sarsfields, which will be delighting their manager Adam Donoghue got a point, and now Darren Murphy has followed up with 2 as well. Sides level 1-8 apiece.
Look out, taken by Liam Riley, again to the same place almost, the right half forward position. Dylan Carroll goes up, tries to break it, but Darren Morrissey read that break for Sarsfields, and we've been saying all weekend the breaks are so important. Gets it off to Ian Fox, and Ian Fox from the centre forward channel pops it high and puts it over the bar. Lovely score by Ian Fox. One because Sarsfields dealt with the Castlegar puck out in that instance, got onto the break ball and created the score.
Yeah, they've got the last 4 points, Sean, so well. Cashel would have been happy enough the way things were going, you know, that they were playing really well, and I remember saying the next few minutes will be important at 1-8 to 1-5. They've got 4 in a row now, Sarsfields, to go 1-9 to 1-8 in front, and while Cashel have done a good bit of hurling, got themselves into a good position, Sarsfields have finished really strong here. Yeah,
and Joseph Cooney fouled on that puck out, coming together, and it's going to be another free, another chance for Niall Morrissey to go back the field, and again very close to the last one he struck. There's a yellow card as well there issued.
Darren Erie, is it? I didn't see it actually,
could be Darren Erie. And certainly the yellow card was brandished as Niall Morrissey. Near enough to his own 45-metre line again, striking this one. He has the distance again, but this one goes to the wrong side of the post.
10 wide Sarsfields, that'll be a concern for them as opposed to 5 for Castlegar.
But they lead by 1
They lead by 1, which is important.
1-9 to 1-8. We played 2 minutes of the additional time. Did you say there was 3 or 4?
2, I think.
2. Oh yeah, okay. We should be near enough to blow then. Well worked by Castlegar out to Mark Gill in the midfield sector. He gets it. under a bit of pressure, but goes back then to Oisin Conley. And Oisin Conley from number 7 goes across to the 13 corner, but John Cooney read it all day, well ahead of any would-be Castlegar attackers. And John Cooney goes long then up to his brother Kevin Cooney out in front of Owen Teagle. Kevin Cooney off the right hand side striking. That's a super score by Kevin Cooney. If you have forwards in this game, it's absolutely crucial. Kevin Cooney putting it high and putting it over the bar. 1 goal and 2 points, and the last 5 points in a row, Niall, have come from Sarsfields to build a 2-point half-time lead.
Yeah, all from play as well, and really, really good scores. That last one there from Kevin Cooney. He's a goal and 2 points got in this particular game, and he's on fire in there. Darren Murphy's got 2 points. Adam Donoghue's got a point as well. So 1-5 from play from that full forward line. They'll be happy with that, and I'd say Sarsfields will be happy enough the way things are going, in the sense that it's 110 to 1-8. I see Dinny Cahill going in there, and of course what I said that the Castlegar coach Johnny Kelly was involved with Sarsfields. Dinny Cahill was involved in Cashel too before this. So it's half time here. Cashel got onto a good lead, got a good start, but Sarsfields have finished strongly, 110-1-8.
We'll be back for the second half live here. And you're welcome back to Kenny Park here as Castlegar return for the second half of this Galway Senior Championship Group A game. And Group 1 in Senior A Championship as referee Derry Kelly and Sarsfields were out, and Castlegar were obviously spending a bit of time to ensure a maximum performance in the second half. Niall?
Yeah, they're back out against Sarsfields. Been out for a couple of minutes, but strong second half showing there for the men of strong second quarter showing there from the men of Sarsfields. They got the last 4 or 5 points of that half, and we mentioned that Jack Kine, he's actually injured today. I see him not togged. Himself and Simon Thomas are both not togged, so 2 losses for Castlegar as that ball is thrown in by Derry Kelly.
Ball is underway and the game is on for the second half. Ball goes back then to Niall Quinn, and Niall Quinn picks out Darren Murphy with a good pass. Being put under pressure there by the Castlegar defence. Comes back to Alex Kinnear. Alex Kinnear wanted too much time to wind up. Dara Neary put him under pressure as Kinnear tries to keep the ball alive. He's surrounded by a host of Castlegar men, but Kinnear does very well to keep the ball alive, but he did so by taking too many steps. And the Rachel Derry Kelly from the St Thomas's Club, and that will be a free then for Castlegar at the start of the second half, and no prizes for guessing, Niall, who will take this one.
Yeah, Ger Farrer, brilliant in fairness so far from the place ball. He got a great score from play as well at the start. He's got 5 so far for his side, 3 frees, a 65 and 1 from play, and he'll definitely have the distance. Will he have the accuracy?
He strikes it, it's on its way, it looks good, the umpires are happy, it goes over the bar, lovely score. And I remember, Niall, as well, that Ger Farrer getting his 6th point of the day. That there was a humdinger, was it 2 years ago, between Castlegar and Sarsfields here in Kenny Park? Do you remember that game went down to the drama where a late penalty goal got Sarsfields as a 1 point win over Castlegar?
Yeah, we were doing that live in the middle of the COVID. There was nobody at all here, and Kevin Cooney drilled a 20-metre free, wasn't it, to the back of the net to win it for Sarsfields, and a game that Castlegar had laid all through and were fairly dominant in, but couldn't put their side away or put the Sarsfields away, and Kevin Cooney buried a brilliant 20-metre free to win it for Sarsfields and put Castlegar out of the championship that year.
You'd wonder if there's any kind of drama like that ahead for us this evening. Line ball taken by Niall Quinn, goes up the stand side of the field, comes off the stick though of John Cosgrove, and that will be a line ball on the far side of the field that Castlegar will take. Slow enough start to the second half, you'd have to say, thus far. As scoreboard reads Sarsfields 1-10, Castlegar 1-9. We have 2 minutes gone in the second half as the line ball placed and being taken by the Castlegar man, Donald Barry, the captain, drives it down very close to the sand side, and it goes straight out over the sideline again. And that will be a line ball. Paul Fahey, the busiest man on the field, and that linesman in the opening 2 minutes of the second half. John Cooney turns the ball back onto the pitch, and then he comes up a few steps to place the ball. Big half for both teams, Niall.
Yeah, huge half in the sense that both of them lost their first round match, and just to get the 2 points on the board is what would be important for these two sides now. And Castle 1-9, Sarsfields 1-10. Not much between them, so the first 10 or 15 minutes of the second half will be very interesting. Joseph
Cooney sends a long ball in around the house. Dangerous ball, can it flick out there? But Owen Teagle was minding the manner, and he got the ball into his hand, and he clears it out. Nicely taken though, but Cormac Dillon, I think, went out over the sideline, and that will be a line ball to Castlegar on this side of the field. Johnny Kelly, the coach with Castlegar, hands the ball to Ger Farrer.
I'm just looking at the round 3 fixtures here, Sean. It's the Sarsfields versus Clarenbridge and Castlegar versus St Thomas's, so there'll be nothing easy in their next 2 games either, so whoever gets the win here will be delighted with that, I'm sure.
And does that leave who then? Clymerdale into Rockmore? Is that the 3 games
exactly
in that group? Yeah.
Ger Farrer takes the sideline.
He measures it, looking for Donald Barry, but it goes astray. Ian Fox gets onto it. Is he being fouled by Cathal Ryan? He is. The referee decided to blow instantly, even though Ian Fox had popped the point. But free in, and for once, one of Farrer's short line balls went astray.
Yeah, he tried to look for Donald Barry, but I think it was read by Alex Kinnear, and it just put off Barry. Broke to Ian Fox. He's fouled, and a chance here for Niall Morrissey to put his side 2 points up.
So then Niall Morrissey placing the ball. Kind of been a slow enough start to the second half in the contest thus far.
Nervy enough game, Sean, isn't it? I suppose for the ramifications for the loser will be huge in this championship. Yeah,
Niall Morrissey converts the free. Gets his 4th point of the contest then, and stretches the Sarsfields lead to 2 points as Liam O'Reilly, the goalkeeper, As we said, played in the Fitzgibbon Cup final with NUIG earlier on this year. Goes over towards Greg Thomas, manages to keep the ball alive, and Castlegar get onto it. Good strike there from Mark Gill, and Mark Gill strikes it high, but it goes the wrong side of the post and wide. Mark Gill, a man that saw Walsh Cup action with Galway at the start of the year, was also part of that NUIG team as well that went to the Fitzgibbon final. As Kieran Dolan goes long himself, looking to break the ball as Ian Fox into the path of the runner, who was Adam Donoghue. Adam Donoghue gets away from his man. Again, he's fouled. And those type of frees, Oisin Connolly was the man that gave away the free in that instance. You cannot foul and, not expect to be hit with the consequences now. Yeah,
you're going to be punished at this level. And we saw it there again, and it's going to be a free. And Niall Morrissey, difficult enough free from the sideline, but, he's got... He has got 4 points so far from the place ball for Sarsfields, looking for his 5th. And when you're giving frees away at this level, you're normally going to be punished, so they're normally going to be chalked down as scores.
Inside the 45-metre line, Paul Fahey, the linesman, directly behind him as he's shooting. Niall Morrissey strikes. There's no controversy whatsoever. It's straight over the bar. 2 frees from Niall Morrissey at the start of the second half. 1 free from Jerry Farher. Sees the tally now at 1-12 for Sarsfields, 1-9 for Castlegar. As Owen Teagle takes the short puck out from his goalkeeper Riley, gets it out into Cathal Ryan. Cathal Ryan measures the ball out to Tom Mannion. Tom Mannion, and on his own 65-metre line, striking a huge effort high and over the bar. Lovely score by Tomas Mannion. That's his 2nd point of the game. Niles was a little bit deeper there from the number 11. He was coming out deep in that role that often number 11's play, and that gets over the bar. Short puck out to Kevin Hines by Kieran Dolan. Then Hines goes down the stand side of the field looking for Kevin Cooney out in front of 2 Castlegar men. Cooney very close to the sideline, gets the hand pass off to Niall Quinn, I should say. Niall Quinn tries to get it inside. Gerard Farrer is the man tracking back. Ian Fox gets the ball in the 15 corner, looks to see what his options are, sprays a lovely ball across the field. Joseph Cooney's coming over the head of Mark Gill, but Gill did well to keep it away from Cooney initially, but then the referee spotted what he indicated was a slap given away by one of the Castlegar defenders in that instance. Darren Murphy was the player that's on the ground. And again, Niall, a situation where Mark Gill had probably done enough to keep it out of the hand of Joseph Cooney. Castlegar seem to have the numbers on hand in that situation, and they will not be happy with giving away the free in that instance.
Yeah, another tap over free here for Niall Morrissey, you would think, but Mark Gill was the man adjust to have who fouled there, Darren Murphy. But chance here for Niall Morrissey to stretch them into a 3-point lead again, and Sarsfields will be happy enough the way things are going so far. They've been answering those scores by Castlegar, and they'll answer this one probably again from Thomas Mannion. And what a great score it was by Mannion. Up at centre half forward, he's got 2 good scores now from there.
Darren Murphy getting the running repairs there. And it'll be Niall Morrissey then that'll take the free. As he places the ball outside the 20-metre line. Nice position for a guy to hit off the right-hand side. He has a chance now to extend his lead, or his side's leads to 3 points. Niall Morrissey says, thank you very much. I'll pop it high. I pop it over the bar. 6 points now for Niall Morrissey. 3 at the start of the second half, and Sarsfields build a 3-point lead. Riley goes long with the Castlegar puck out. Could go straight down on top of John Cooney, though. He manages to bring it to the ground. Cormac Dillon does well, gets the hand pass off even though the hurl was dropped, but the referee saw nothing wrong with it. As Niall Quinn goes on the solo run, being followed by Darren Neary. Good play by Niall Quinn, kept the ball well. Ian Fox gets away from one would-be tackler, gets it out then to Alex Kinnear. Alex Kinnear on the 45-metre line, very close to the sideline, striking in at the goal. Hits the woodwork. Liam Riley obviously played it to knock it away. Probably had to play it, in fairness. Niall, dangerous ball dropping down on your post like that.
Yeah, very dangerous dropping ball like that, and he did well. He batted it out. It's gone out for a 65, and Niall Morrissey no doubt will go out and strike it for Sarsfields.
Castlegar, I'm looking up the other end of the field, have Dylan Carroll, Greg Thomas is in the corner forward positions, and Enda Concannon in full forward, playing with 3 inside, which we haven't seen a lot of over the weekend. A lot of teams playing the 2 inside. In Camogie, I think it's a result, is it? Yeah, in the Camogie Championship, Oranmore married 3-14, Ardrahan 15 points. As the 65 to be taken by Niall Morrissey. And Niall Morrissey in the opening 9 minutes of the second half has had a fair influence on the game. He's had 3 frees. Can he pop a 65 as well now to stretch his team into a 4-point lead? Taking his time, Morrissey striking it. It's on its way. It's over the bar. 7th point of the day. First from a 65 from him, as Liam Riley, the Castlegar goalkeeper, sees his team now trailed by 4 points. He goes over towards Greg Thomas with this puck out. Kevin Hines breaks it to the ground, comes off the hand though of Cormac Dillon, and that'll be a line ball for Castlegar. Kind of waiting for something to ignite, Niall, aren't we?
Yeah, we sure are waiting for something to ignite in this game, but it's a sideline to Ger Farraher, and the game has just gone dead, I suppose, in one sense that Sarsfields have built that 4-point lead now, and you're just waiting for Castlegar to come back into it. But a Farraher sideline cut, a Farraher special, as they'd say, would be wanted now from a Castlegar perspective.
My apologies on that. Cathal Dillon was the Sarsfields first. Farraher takes the line ball, but had the distance, but didn't have the accuracy. A few shakes of the head from a few Castlegar supporters on the terrace here in Kenny Park and Athenry. 10 minutes nearly played then at the start of the second half. 1-14 Sarsfields, 1-10 Castlegar. Low scoring, Niall, compared to a lot of the games we've seen.
Yeah, 114 to 110, but I suppose the team who wins won't mind what the score is as they get over the line, as Oisin Kane comes out with the ball. And then looking at the Sarsfields team, Sean, there's an awful lot of seriously very good young hurlers in fairness when you look at the players they've out there.
Tidied up though by another good young hurler. That's Cillian O'Callaghan for Castlegar. He goes back as they hold possession. Back to his wing back, Dean Higgins. Dean Higgins tries to break the challenge of one would-be tackle. Does against the hand pass back then to Cillian O'Callaghan. Cillian O'Callaghan from the number 10 position outside the 45-metre line. It sends it in to goalkeeper. Deals with it at this end as well, Kieran Dolan. So we've now in the last 2 or 3 attacks we've seen both keepers have to deal with dangerous balls coming in that are about to hit the post that they decide to deal with and give away the 65.
Yeah, it's one of those for the goalkeeper. Like, do you put up your hand and risk it dropping into the net beside you, or you just do be safe and bat it out for a 65? And I suppose caution is important in this particular juncture, and both goalkeepers did that. If a goal went in, if they made a mistake, they would either be Castlegar coming back into the game or Sarsfield stretching further in front.
A goal could be crucial in this game as Gerard Farraher strikes it high and puts the 65 over the bar, keeping the Castlegar men in touch. That's his 7th point of the contest. I don't think either goalie has really been worried with a shot of the night. Well, they have the two that went in.
Gone in though, but they couldn't do anything about those in fairness.
Yeah, the next goal you would think would be crucial as Oisin Conley can't control that ball in the half-back line, and that goes out at the expense of a line ball on the far side of the field. 3-point ball game, 11 minutes gone, second half.
Brian Hartnett's about to come in now, Sean, but you feel the crowd are just waiting for something to erupt here, and get the game going.
A third goal maybe of some description as Hartnett comes in, and I think it's Kevin Grennan. Hartnett tried to come in the first half. Kevin Grennan eventually succumbing to the injury, so he comes off the team as Kevin Cooney takes the line ball, flies along the carpet. Darren Murphy does well to get the pass back to Adam Donoghue. Adam Donoghue from a difficult angle pulls it but goes across the face of the goal and wide. Remains a 3-point ball game. Castlegar, where it went too quickly with the puck out for Liam Riley, it went to Oisin Conley. So the goalkeeper goes back, looks upfield, see what options are on. Will he be happy to go short or will he go long? The call is to Donald Barry as Liam Riley gets the pass off then. Joseph Coney sails up into the air, the county man from Sarsfields, and wins that ball. Gets it off then to Cathal Dillon. Cathal Dillon gets the hand pass away. But I think referee Derek Kelly is going to stop play for the injury to the Castlegar man. Yeah,
the call might have been, we could hear it from Donald Barry, but Donald had made a run up the far side of the field, and the puck out came to this side of the field, but well caught by Joseph Cooney.
But was that a decoy call? Was that Donald Barry to go the lad? I don't know. These puck outs,
didn't work out anyway.
They're a scientific law of their own.
Yeah, they sure are. When they work, they're great, but if they don't work, then it's difficult. But when you have Joseph Cooney under a high ball there, like, a lot of the time he's going to catch that ball because he's so strong when he puts that left hand up into the air. 7 points we've got in the opening 13 minutes of the second half, but we haven't got any kind of real excitement or anything. Yeah, we've only got one from play. That from Tomas Mannion. Mark Gill seems to have hurt his shoulder here. Is he in a bit of bother? It's going to be an indirect free to Sarsfields, but I think he looks in a bit of bother. Sean Neary, I think, is about to come in, and in fairness, Mark Gill...
he's had a few injuries, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think he's in trouble. I think his shoulder's in trouble. He's gone. He's in a lot of pain as we see him coming off the field. Because he was doing the job on Joseph Cooney. He was doing a great job on Joseph Cooney, in fairness. Sean Neary coming in, the former All-Ireland minor winning captain.
Yeah, not a bad sub to have now at club level. So the injury to Mark Gill, and he's shaking the head is coming off there as Niall Morrissey decides to drop this one in around the house. Ball breaks, Teagle gets a vital touch for Castlegar, comes out into Alex Kinnear, has a blazing shot that fires over the bar. Alex Kinnear, I think, had goal in his mind, but he gets his first point in this senior championship game. Mark Gill heading in there, and it looks like that shoulder injury could be, well, it'll certainly need treatment. Sean Neary comes in. Where is Sean Neary gone, Niall? Is it a like-for-like swap?
I'm trying to see him. He's gone into the half-back line, actually, as you can see him here.
Yeah.
But you just hope from Mark Hill's perspective it's not a season-ending injury. But, at this stage it could be, depending on, with shoulder injuries. And it's unfortunate for him because, in fairness, he was playing well on Joseph Cooney.
Niall Quinn, in oceans of space in the left half-back position, has a shot at the post but puts it wide. His team lead by 4.
They've struck 12 wides as well. I suppose they'll be disappointed with that as opposed to 7 for Castlegar. But they lead by 4, 115 to 111. But we saw in the opening game, Sean, whereby Tommy Larkins were dominant and were 5 points up, and all of a sudden they missed chances, and Gort got back into the game over level coming towards the end of it.
Yeah, as Castlegar come out of defence again, Cathal Ryan picks out Dean Higgins. Dean Higgins tries to play it in front of Greg Thomas, but Kevin Hines using the experience there, lets the ball go behind the two of them and then goes back and reclaims the ball. Good play by Kevin Hines, gets it off to Alex Kinnear. Alex Kinnear goes with the hand pass then to John Cooney, and John Cooney and Alex Kinnear will be playing with the Sarsfields under-20s, of course, in the under-20 championship as well. Gets it up to Kevin Cooney. Kevin Cooney tries to get away from Teagle, gets onto the left-hand side. Kevin Cooney striking in towards the goal. Lovely score. Kevin Cooney, there's something about this guy. Puts it high, puts it over the bar. Lovely score. He's got 1 goal and 3 points, Niall, which out of a tally of 116, which now Sarsfields have moved to, is good shooting. Yeah,
and in fairness, he was good against Sarsfields against Thomas the last day as well. 1-3 from play. He's a really dangerous forward and a serious forward, and of course part of the Galway panel, and you just hope he would develop further now throughout the year and throughout the years ahead.
Dylan Carroll is the latest target for Castlegar puck out. Again, Sarsfields have the numbers over there, 4-2 on that breakdown, but it's won by Castlegar, and Enda Concannon gets the ball. Slips past John Cooney, Enda Concannon bearing down a goal. Gets it off to Killeen O'Callaghan. There's a goal chance on here and into the back of the net. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Castlegar, and Killeen O'Callaghan finishes it to the back of the net. Super strike, high to the top of the net. Well created score. Castlegar back in the ball game. 116 Sarsfields, 211 Castlegar.
Yeah, and in fairness, Enda Concannon showed all his experience there, Sean. Won the ball, took it on, wasn't tempted to go for the goal himself, and had Donald Barry one side, and I think he had obviously Killeen O'Callaghan the other side, and Killeen O'Callaghan buried into the back of the net. 116 to 211, back to a 2-point ball game.
I'd say Enda Concannon would say, give me more ball like that and I see what I can do. Well cut out there by Brian Hartnett. Brian Hartnett gets the pass off to Tom Mannion. Tom Mannion off to Sean Neary, and Sean Neary hand pass to Killeen O'Callaghan, the goal scorer. He slips past the challenge there of Alex Kinnear, but well hooked there. Good, excellent hook by Ian Fox, but the ball is still kept alive by Enda Concannon. He's no hurry, goes back to Killeen O'Callaghan. He's already hit the last score, which was a goal. Can he add the point? He can't. It goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. But Cashel, you can see how the goal has immediately given them a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, they won the puck out again, and Sean Neary's pass, Sean, to him just was slightly too high, and it broke the momentum slightly, even though he got back to take a shot. But the goal lifts all teams, and we saw it there again with Castlegar, and back to a 2 points, as we said. But Sarsfield building again with Kevin Hines.
Kevin Hines takes that latest puck out from his goalkeeper, goes diagonal across the field looking for Kevin Cooney. Ball hits the deck. Who's onto it? Darren Murphy is there. Also in the company though is Darren Neary, and Darren Neary gets the ball into his hand. The two Neary brothers are now on the field for Castlegar. Goes past the would-be efforts of Dylan Carroll to get it, then goes to Oisin Connolly, and Oisin Connolly clears from the half-back line, goes long up to the full forward line. It's a 2-point ball game in Kenny Park and Athenry, but Darren Morrissey does well to get the ball out then to Cathal Dillon, and Cathal Dillon breaks one would-be challenge, gets the pass off then to John Cosgrove, Cosy as they call him, gets the hand pass off then to Joseph Cooney. Joseph Cooney, lovely slick pass into Niall Morrissey. Niall Morrissey, can he convert? He can't. It goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. 13 wides for the Stars, Niall.
Yeah, it's a lot of wides. They'll be disappointed with that. It was a great move down the field, but they'll be disappointed not to score from that one. But it's all to play for here. 12 minutes to go. Sarsfield still in control in one sense, but a lot to play for. Long
high ball. Darren Morrissey spilled it, but Kevin Hines, he's had good today, Niall, hasn't he? He tidies up in that full back position again. Sarsfields have the numbers back, and they build out through Niall Quinn. We haven't had a score since the goal. Niall Quinn, long high ball, 2 points between them. Into around the edge of the square. Kevin Cooney tries to break it down, but the man that's mopping up the break ball is Sean Neary, and Sean Neary comes out, gets it to Oisin Connolly. Oisin Connolly in the half-back line gets the ball in a little bit of space in the left half-back position. Invites a challenge from Niall Morrissey and then goes long into the left corner forward position, but I think the ball will just about stay in the field of play as Greg Thomas tries to pick it up. Comes off
Greg Thomas, actually, and it's Sarsfield's ball. So I actually thought it came off Greg Thomas's hand and he tried to flick it back. But Sarsfields are not complaining, but it's a line ball anyway that's given to Castlegar.
Yeah, 12 minutes left to play. Niall Cashel haven't added to the goals. Farrer for the second time today goes short with a line ball that mightn't work out. John Cooney is fouled, and that's going to be a free.
It's going to be a yellow card as well, I'd say, Sean, for Dylan Carroll, you would think. for that foul on Joseph Cooney.
In that instance there, you would think that, I know Farher went quick. If it worked, it was fine, but the receiver wasn't on the same wavelength. They've given away possession, and Sarsfields have a chance to restart play with the free out of defence, and Dylan Carroll does get that yellow card. And wearing 25 for the Castlegar men. That goal, though, has reignited the Castlegar drive in this game. 2-11 for Castlegar, but 1-16 for Sarsfields. 2-point ball game. The Sars lead by 2 as Darren Morrissey takes the free out of defence. Goes up the field, up towards Ian Fox. Ian Fox being put under strong pressure there by the Castlegar defence. He's married and he's deemed to have overcarried it. Brian Hartnett was the man that was putting the pressure on, and even those turnovers, Niall, they're greeted by the sideline and by the players as if they're like scores.
Yeah, a vital one there from a Castlegar perspective. You know that they worked the Sarsfields man there and eventually won the free, and a chance here for Ger Farher.
Castlegar could be going to the bench again as Farher strikes the free from just outside his own 45-metre line, going to drop on top of Kieran Dolan. Great hand by the goalkeeper. Comes out of defence, then gets the hand pass out to his cornerback Oisin Kane. Oisin Kane makes the sidestep and gets the ball comfortably out to Kevin Hines, and it's not Kevin Hines, it's Cathal Dillon drives it upfield, but to no one in particular in a white jersey. Sean Neary tidies up for Castlegar, gets the hand pass off then to Ger Farher. Ger Farher, lovely stick pass off to Oisin Conley. Oisin Conley flicks the ball over to Tom Mannion. Tom Mannion nearly spilled it. Ger Farher has beaten to it, and the turnover is won by Darren Murphy, and Darren Murphy strikes it high in towards the goal, but it goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. That looked to be a vital turnover for Sarsfields, just when Castlegar were trying to work the stick passes up the field. Yeah,
a couple of subs coming on for Castlegar as well. Des Hines is coming in for Castlegar. A new guy on the block for Castlegar, he's coming in, and I think Donald McGrail's getting ready as well. Dylan Carroll is the man. After picking up that yellow card, he's the man that's coming off.
So then play will restart then with the puck out from the right. We've no score since the goal, Niall. That came on the 46th minute?
We've gone 5 minutes without a score.
Yeah, next
score could be huge in this game.
Absolutely. Castlegar get a 2-1 on the puck out, but it's well won over there by Niall Quinn. Knocks into the path of John Cooney, strong man, even though he's under 20. Gets the hand pass off then to Alex Kinnear, another under 20. Alex Kinnear looks upfield, tries to measure the ball in towards Kevin Cooney in a foot race with Ontiga. Kevin Cooney wants to take him on. Ontiga slips. Kevin Cooney's inside. This has to be a goal. He hit it wide. He put it into the side, and he did everything right, Niall. Slipped inside the defender. And you saw the goal opening off, hit it off the left-hand side, but put it into the side.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed. It was a really good goal chance, and the way he's been playing and the scores he's got, you'd think he was going to put down in the net. They've had 15 wides, they could rule all these wides, a huge amount of wides.
Is that a turning point now?
Could be a turning point, yeah. Depends if Castlegar can win the puck out here and get a score. It could be a huge turning point in the game.
Long puck out, Greg Thomas goes up, John Cooney is there as well, under 20 colleagues. The ball breaks, it's Greg Thomas that wins it, goes out with a hand pass to Oisin Conley. Oisin Conley in the left half forward position, strikes in towards the goal, but it's gone to the wrong side of the post and wide. Has Oisin Conley gone up the field? No, he was only gone up tracking Joseph Cooney. As Sarsfields go to the bench themselves, and the man who has missed the championship thus far, Jeffrey Lawless, with injuries in. Also in for Castlegar now is 19, that's Donald McGreal.
Tom Mannion is coming off here for Castlegar. I'm a bit surprised at that, actually. Niall Morrissey also coming off the free take for Sarsfields.
Surprised at both in a way. But it's probably about fresh legs, I suppose. But hurlers, the two lads that are coming off. In fairness, 22.5 minutes gone in the second half. 1-16 Sarsfields, 2-11 for Castlegar. We've had no scores, we keep reiterating, since Castlegar got that goal. They haven't been able to build on it. As Oisin Conley takes down, but then loses it in contact. Ball sprays out again. Alex Kinnear tried to get a touch on it. Players on both sides trying to get on it. John Cosgrove going down over it, but Castlegar get the numbers around it again. Ball sprays out. It's won by Ian Fox. Ian Fox getting away from the would-be challenge of Ger Farher. Ian Fox trying to dance his way inside, and then he gets the free.
Kenneth Cooney about to come in, and just after getting a text there that I know these two teams wear green traditionally, but a man wearing green in Munich, Mark English, has won bronze for Ireland in the 800 metres, so no doubt he'll be happy with that. But I'm sure he's not too concerned about what's happening in Kenny Park, as Kevin Cooney stands over this particular free, as we see that John Cosgrove has gone off with Kenneth Cooney coming on. Yeah,
Kenneth Cooney came in against St Thomas the first day as well, so Kevin Cooney taking over the free-taking duties in the now replaced Niall Morrissey. So Kevin Cooney striking it, and Kevin Cooney putting it over the bar. So Kevin Cooney gets his 1 goal and 4 point tally now. That's his first from a place ball, 1-3 from play. But that important score has answered the goal finally. 117 for Sarsfields, which is 20 points. 211 for Castlegar, which is 17. Trying to get onto the ball over there is Des Hines. Des Hines under pressure. Famous name, of course, Des Hines, former Castlegar goalkeeper as well, well-known postman. As that ball is a ruck ball situation, Alex Kinnear nearly won it, and then it was knocked away from him, and Paul Fahey deems over there that it's a line ball. In fact, is he going to throw it in? Niall, I think is the decision from Paul Fahey.
Yeah, it looks as if he's going to throw it in, and I'm sure you mentioned Des Hines there. I'm sure that Des Hines is on the field. I'm sure he'd like to deliver something or a parcel for Castlegar in this particular game, a Bruntonus and maybe a goal for him. He'd be happy with that with 5 minutes to go.
Ah, yeah, that was well created and well set up. All right, now well executed, Niall, I have to say. Yeah.
Thank you, Sean.
After all of that, it's a line ball for Sarsfields on the far side of the field. Darren Morrissey will take it. 3 points between them. 117 to play, 211. The line ball doesn't go that far. John Cooney is fouled, and that's going to be free out again. And if Castlegar to lose this game, Niall, a lot of instances like that where they've been giving away frees at times could be what could punish them.
Kevin Cooney's gone all the way from the full forward line to take it. Owen Teagle is just running with him just to make sure he doesn't get a quick one, and I think Owen will have to make his way back to the full back line pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But they'll be disappointed with giving some of those frees away. But on the other side, Sarsfields have hit 15 wides, Sean. Many from scoreable positions, so they'll be disappointed with that as well.
For a long way out, Niall, this is all the marks of a game that both teams want to win.
Yeah, it's about getting the 2 points, whatever about the quality, it's just about getting over the line, and that's the most important thing.
Kevin Cooney, long ball in around the house, knocked away by Sean Neary. Who'll be the first onto it is Darren Murphy. Darren Murphy goes back with the pass. Now with a chance for Cathal Dillon to get the ball over the bar, and Cathal Dillon puts it high and puts it over the bar. The youngster gets the first score in the contest for him, and that increases the Sarsfields lead, who have now come back with 2 points to answer the goal, and now they've built a lead of 118 to 211. 26 minutes gone. Quick buck out at the second attempt from Castlegar, and a short one to Sean Neary. Sean Neary goes long in around the square looking for Oisin Connolly. I think has gone up to the forward line. The ball breaks. Endo Concannon blazes the shot actually wide. Would you believe that?
Yeah, he broke onto the ball from John Cooney. He just slipped out of his hand. Concannon, like a flash, was onto it, and it flashed agonisingly the wrong side of the goals. And it was another goal chance there for Castlegar. They'll be disappointed with that one.
Oh, gee, yeah, that was a real goal. And not even to get the point off it, as the goalkeeper, Kieran Dolan, puts the puck out over the sideline, over the head of Cathal Dillon. 118 to 211. 4 points between them, isn't that right? Yeah, 21 points, plays 17. Darren Neary tries to get onto the ball with Niall Quinn, does well, then moves it along the ground cutely, out along the ground to Adam Dunne, who gets the hand pass off to Alex Kinnear, and Alex Kinnear trying to get away from Darren Neary. Alex Kinnear pulls the trigger, and that ball goes to the wrong side of the post and wide. Castlegar are just about staying alive, Niall.
They're still in the game, Sean. 16 wides for Sarsfields are keeping the minute as Liam O'Reilly takes the puck out. Liam
O'Reilly goes to this side of the field. Darren Morrissey goes up with Castlegar onto the break. Won by Donald McGreel. Donald McGreel, a kind of a flash shot that probably wasn't the best option. It goes wide.
Yeah, 11 wides for them now as well, but it really wasn't an option at all, that shot. No. And he reluctantly, I'd say, took it on really, but it went wide and delicately poised. And others 4 points within them with 3 minutes plus whatever injury time will be added on.
Yeah, Oisin Connolly started at centre back. He's now at full forward. Just saying where Greg Thomas has gone. Has he gone out to the half forward line? He has. As Adam Dunne, who gets onto the ball. Brian Hartnett tries to hold him up over there. Ball then won by Ian Fox. Ian Fox goes back to Alex Kinnear. He looked around to see had he a bit of space. He had a bit of space. Alex Kinnear drives it and puts it over the bar. Good score by Alex Kinnear. His second point of the day. And that suddenly stretches Sarsfields into a 119 to 211 lead. Puck out, down on top of Killeen O'Callaghan and Enda Concannon. Concannon gets onto it, gets the hand pass back then to Owen Teagle. Owen Teagle, long high ball in around the square. Kevin Hines and Oisin Connolly vying for possession. Hines didn't have a hurl but managed to get the ball around the ground, kicked it out. They played a bit of Sarsfields football around that area as well, as the corner back, Oisin Kane, is deemed to have overcarried.
Kevin Hines, Sean, there, he showed all his experience. He didn't have a hurl and he just held off Oisin Connolly, and just when the ball broke, then he just kicked it out of danger, showing all his experience.
He's had a fair game today now, in fairness.
Oh yeah, sure. He's been a serious player for Galway in the past, and a serious leader for this Sarsfields team over many years.
The man they call Heinze as Gerard Farr. Difficult free, Niall, but Cashel needs to start converting now. There's a minute and a half of normal time. It's 119 for Sarsfield, 211 for Castlegar. Would he think of dropping this one in around the house, Niall, or will he take the point? It's a difficult angle. He's going to drop it in from the 20-metre line. In it goes. It's hit the deck.
He probably should have put that over the bar, Sean. There's plenty of time here. There's 5 points between them. There's a minute of normal time, plus there could be 3 or 4 minutes injury time. You wouldn't know towards the end of this game. And he has a 65 now. That's probably easier from an easier angle in many ways. But he just needs to as I say, to keep the scoreboard ticking over would be important, and this is what he'd like to do here, no doubt.
So then Ger Farher, I suppose in a way now you'd have to say Castlegar didn't build on the goal on the 46th minute. The next 3 points have come from Sarsfields. Cashel haven't scored since the 46th minute when they got that goal. Farher takes the 65 on the 59th minute and he puts it over the bar. Point number 8 for Ger Farher in the contest. The last 2 have come from 65s. We're back to 119 to 212. That's a 4-point ball game. Kieran Dolan, not in any hurry with the puck out. You'd hardly blame him either, Niall, would you? Where he's surveying his options and he's going to go to the terrace side of the field. Puts plenty of snow on this one. Long, high ball. Ball hits the deck, goes on to it. Alex Kinnear does well. Trying to get away from Sean Neary. Alex Kinnear circles out the field, tries to play a ball inside, but it's read there by Dean Higgins. Dean Higgins gets away from one would-be tackle and then drives a long ball up to the Castlegar attack. When he's doing a great catch by Enda Concannon, trying to break his way into 2 defenders. He's fouled. It's a 20-metre free.
I think you tap it over the bar, Sean. You're into just injury time is starting.
The first thing you do is ask Derek Kelly what's left.
Yeah.
If the 60 played, Ger Farher on a 20-metre free. It's going to be a role reversal from 2 years ago in a way.
It was a great catch by Enda Concannon in fairness when the ball went in, and he's caused a bit of problems in there from the limited ball and really that has gone in towards him. But Farher standing back from this, I think he's going to go for a goal here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the line. Just outside the 20-metre line, Ger Farher, his striking is the scoreboard in. 2-12 for Castle, 1-19 for Sarsfields. We have played 30 minutes and 30 seconds of the second half. Ger Farher bending, lifting and striking and putting it over the bar. Was that intentional? I'd say it was with the way he struck it because it's gone over the bar anyway. Despite all the build-up, it was a bit of a letdown. 2-13 to 1-19, 3-point ball game.
Yeah, I think he hit it at such an angle that if it went in, it was a goal, it was a goal, but he wanted to get a score out of it. Yeah. So we're down to a 3-point ball game again, and we haven't been told what addition time.
Yeah. So we await the signal for the addition time. Puck out, intercepted by Desi Hines. Desi Hines gets the pass across then to Killian O'Callaghan. There's loads of space for Killian O'Callaghan to go in. He gets the hand pass off to Darren Neary. Darren Neary, will he be happy to take the point? He's going to work it inside to Killian O'Callaghan. Oh, excellent defensive play there. Was it by who went in there? Was it no? It wasn't Kevin Hines. Who's gone down? It was Kevin Hines, was it? He was brave, Niall, because he took a lash.
Killian O'Callaghan should have caught the ball though. It was played into him. He tried to just
but they had so much time.
He had loads of time, like in fairness, But
they actually picked their way through the defence at a time where a goal was what they needed. And they got through nearly until Kevin Hines bravely blocked it.
Yellow card for Killian O'Callaghan, but it was a good pass from Darren Erie. Killian probably should have taken it into his hand.
It was a chance,
but he tried to play it off the hurl and then strike it to the net. But if he took it in the hand, he may have gone around Kevin Hines. He may have won the free or penalty or anything like that. But he picks up the yellow card.
119 to 213. As we said, with 2 minutes of additional time played, we didn't get the signal. But I presume there'll be another play at least, Niall. That will encourage Castlegar in the sense that they need a goal to save the day. Of course, nearly is no good now. Right now, Sarsfields are sitting on their first 2 points of the championship. Castlegar look like they may be pointless after 2 games. Kevin Hines picks himself up gingerly. He's been brave all afternoon.
Castlegar's next 2 games, St. Thomas's and Claren Bridge, so nothing easy there.
No, nothing easy. Play will restart with the free out, I would assume. Derek Kelly has indicated, yeah. And Kieran Dolan, the goalkeeper, will take the free out. Kevin Hines, I'd say, is in trouble, so he needs to be substituted because when he went back to try that injury, Niall, he was in trouble.
Yeah, Evan Cox is coming in.
Yeah. Evan Cox, who started the first round defeat to St. Thomas's. Sarsfields, who in the last 7 years have been in 4 quarter-finals, they've been in 1 semi-final, and of course they won the championship back in 2015. As they see Evan Cox come in then for Kevin Hines, that injury will be crucial as well, as we talked about the short turnaround to the next game now, 2 weeks. As Kieran Dolan then takes the free out. 2:13 to 1:19. Castlegar are trailing by 3. Des Hines lets it drop out of the hand in the midfield section to Alex Kinnear. Gets a lovely pass off to John Cooney. John Cooney, will he take the point? No, he won't. He wants to set up a goal. A shot there from Darren Murphy into the back of the net. And Darren Murphy gets the goal that will win the game for Sarsfields. 1 goal and 2 points for the youngster. Credit John Cooney, who knew what was on. And the last puck of the game is a goal for Sarsfields that leaves them as winners by 2-19 to 2-13 for Castlegar. And not alone a defeat for Castlegar, but now a 6-point defeat.
Yeah, that's the thing, the goal near the end. But in fairness, Sarsfields deserved to win the game. Castlegar started really, really well, got an early goal. But Sarsfields, better team in the day, probably got 16 wides as well. You know, had scoring opportunities, finished off there with Darren Murphy, and he's been a revelation of this championship. 4 points the first day. He's a goal and 2 points got today as well. So for the victor today went the spoils, and the victory was important for both teams because the serious challenges coming up in the games ahead. But the men of Sarsfields would be delighted. They won by 6. Sarsfields 2-19, Castlegar 2-13.
Clarenbridge and St Thomas's topped Group 1 of the Senior A Championship with perfect records, 4 points each. Next two teams, I reckoning, are Turlockmore and Sarsfields on 2 points each. Clymer and now Castlegar with no points from their first 2 games. Our thanks to Niall right throughout the evening. In the end, then, it's Sarsfields that record their first victory of the Senior Championship here in the sunshine in Kenny Park in Athenry. 2-19 Sarsfields, 2-13 for Castlegar.